Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 67 of the Showbound podcast. I'm your host, Michael Raskin, here alongside OHL superstar Ethan Cardwell. Cards, what's going on, bud?
What an intro. No, not much. Just chilling. I just got back from the rink not too long ago. Pretty tired today, not gonna lie. Legs were a bit heavy, so you know what? I rode the bike after for 20 minutes and try to get the lactic acid going and get ready for tomorrow. But you know what? Another day in paradise here in Barrie. So how about you?
Oh, yeah. I just got back from the rink as well. Little goalie shooting before practice, and I was absolutely sniping as always. So, just keeping the goalies ready for playoffs.
Yeah. And which way do you shoot, man?
I shoot left.
Okay, I should know that, but I was gonna say I could get you sticks, but never mind. We'll have to pass up.
Well, we got nasty Sherwood sponsorship here at Brock, and I got a nice custom twig this year.
Nasty,
this is my first time because I told you I've talked about it on the podcast before. I was using the Nate Allenson sticks from when I was in Barrie. And then this year at Brock, I was able to get my own custom one, which I've never gotten to do, and I like it. I don't know, it's kind of cool. Like some people complain about the Sherwoods, but I like them. I don't know if it's just because I got to get my own custom for the first time or if they're but I think they're all fine. But I like the Trues too. Some guys who really don't like the Sherwoods like will go and get other sticks, but most of the team, like, we like them. And there's a lot of NHL guys using them now too.
I feel just one of the first guys who kind of got into the Sherwood. Now it's kind of like there's a bunch of guys.
DeBrincat uses it too, and he's a sniper.
Yeah. I mean, they all right. Like they look like they have good designs and stuff. But yeah, the Trues are pretty nice too. You were saying you like those, eh?
Yeah. Well, actually, as far as like the design and patterns and stuff go, I like the Trues. They're so clean. But the thing with the Sherwood, some of them are nice, but the one I have, I don't know what it's called, but it's too flashy. Like it's too much. One I have. And some of them are a little more like toned down. I don't like the flashy. It's like half camo, half red, black, like all this. It's the Trues are sleek. Like they got little silver and the blue and the black, and so it's kind of nice. But now, like, I guess you can. Do you guys you can design the colors of your stick? Do you guys get that done? Because I know in the NHL, some of the guys are doing that now.
Yeah, I don't know, like with the CCM deal and stuff with the OHL, but I'm lucky enough to go through True for that. And yeah, I got the turquoise, the San Jose turquoise, or you can get whatever color you want on your stick, which is kind of nice. I don't know, it's cool. It's just like I don't like looking down at like some colors, whereas like other colors and stuff, so you can change all that stuff around. So pretty fortunate enough to use the True sticks, and yeah, they're sweet and they have a really nice design, like you said. So I actually love them.
Well, it's only a matter of time, in my opinion, until you see NHL teams, like whatever brand the guys are using, but they'll be custom colors to their jerseys, similarly with like gloves, pants, and all that. Their sticks are going to be matched. I don't see why that won't be the next kind of thing. Like you're starting to see it with skates already.
No, yeah, exactly. Like you see Matthews skates, and then you see all the skates for the World Juniors.
Yeah,
and
those are
like
sick.
all the countries and stuff. And I just brought up Matthews, and I know you want to talk about that, so we might as well just jump right into that.
Yeah. Well, first of all, he's 45 tucks right now, and he's just dominating. And actually, going back, I think to when he had 17 or 18 goals in the season, I had said on the podcast, and he was like 6th or 7th in the race, slower start in the scoring race. I mean, I had said he was going to finish the year leading in goals. You remember when I said that? And at the time, it was a little far-fetched.
Now that you say that, I actually do remember that 100%.
Yeah, so I look good on that one now. But yeah, so 2-game suspension. Did you see the cross-check?
Yeah, it was pretty ugly.
The thing is, yeah, I'm actually, for once, I kind of agree. Usually I go against most of the suspensions, but this one I think they got it right. Like that's the good amount. Any longer, I think, would have been too much because he wasn't hurt on the play. I think it got him mostly in the helmet, like ear guard. Anyway, he wasn't even hurt on the actual play at all. Like, was able to keep fighting back with Matthews. So, but yeah, I mean, you got to eliminate those plays, obviously. So I'm fine with it. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's another thing too. Like obviously you got Austin Matthews. He's going for the scoring title. He's set up to win it. There's only a handful of games left in the season. Like if they ding him with like a 5-6 gamer, that's probably the deciding factor for the for the scoring races, in my opinion, anyway. Like I think 2 games is right. Like he gets a little slap on the wrist, like he understands, can't do that, and comes back, and I think he still wins the scoring race. So it's a win-win in both books, and the Leafs don't go without him for too long. But boy, did they look rough last night.
Yeah, so we can jump into some Leafs talk. I mean, the goalies, man, still, I love the Leafs. Everyone knows this, but dude, it is hard. Like Mrazek isn't looking great or good. um, it's tough. Campbell, I don't know how long Campbell's out for at this point, but something like they're not a team that's a Stanley Cup contender anymore, in my opinion, at least not right now. I don't even know if they're a second round contender anymore. But it's just, man, like how typical is this of the Leafs? If they collapse in the first round, I'm gonna be really upset. I really will be.
Well, I'd start bracing for impact now then, because it's not looking good, man. I heard talks of Fleury. If they got Fleury, that would be unreal.
Yeah.
He's done it. He's won it. And they need a goalie to hold down the fort back there. Obviously, Campbell, we talked about this, and we talk about this too much for us not even being, or me not even being a Leaf podcast. But no, and actually, cool story too about the outdoor game is my teammate. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah, I was gonna get into this, but yeah.
Yeah, so my teammate Artur Cholak, Ukraine-born player, grew up, played there until last season, until making the jump to the OHL, and he's a Vegas Golden Knights draft pick last year in the 2021 draft, and he was fortunate enough, and the NHL was did a great job of setting it up to have him come down to the Heritage Classic and drop the ceremonial puck drop alongside Wayne Gretzky. So not bad company, and I think it was a great tribute to Choli, and like just for his family to see that happen back home right now. It's obviously tough times, so it was pretty incredible to see him out there with the Ukrainian jersey on and representing his country.
Yeah, they did do a really good job. Now I have a couple follow-up questions. The other one was there any reason Clarkey got to go with him? Or
I'm
just
not
to
sure.
keep him company?
I think it was more or less just like keep him company, like pick a guy on the team, and him and Clarkey have created a pretty good bond together. I think they drive together quite a bit and stuff like that. So they're pretty tight. So Choli and Clarkey ended up going down there together, and yeah, they had a great time, and they got to spend like the most of the day like with Wayne Gretzky, like in his box and stuff, and then they went out to dinner at the Ritz-Carlton with Gretzky. Like have a day.
Yeah. So I wonder, I should have went to Gretzky Estates down the street from me last night after the game. I bet either today or tomorrow or yesterday or whatever, Gretzky came to pop by on his winery here and see how things are going. If he was that close in Hamilton already, he must have come around. I should have been there.
I'm sure. Yeah. Maybe go today. Could be there today, because I know they had a later dinner last night, so I'm not sure if he made the trip last night, but yeah, maybe today for sure.
I drove by the Sabres bus and the Colts bus, as you know, because we were on the phone at the time, but on my way to Niagara last night. So that was cool, I guess. I don't know. The other thing, the part of that NHL outdoor game, the NHL last week, you know how they have the concert and the intermissions and stuff?
Yeah.
So they had reached out to our hockey team to ask if our guys could go down and be like in the crowd of people who like dance in front of it. They have like a bunch of people who go down and have like a small little atmosphere at ice level. And then they said, go do that. And then one of them has like a flag and skates in the pregame. And then the rest of the team can, after the intermission, can just enjoy the rest of the game. But we ended up saying no. At first it was a yes, but then there was like, people were like, we don't want to take a COVID risk with our playoff game 3 days later. And that sort of thing. So they ended up saying no. A couple of the guys went to the game, but they didn't get into like the little like mosh pit thing, whatever you want to call it, in the concert or whatever they wanted. But it was funny that the NHL reached out to our school for that.
That's pretty crazy. I never, like, I always wondered where they got those people for those events, and you see it at Super Bowl all the time and stuff. That's clear. That's actually funny, man. That it's just like, it would have been like Roachy just chilling in there.
Well, I someone would have done something on camera. Like one of the guys was seen there on national TV, international TV, and just started doing something stupid too.
For sure. They definitely wanted to put on a show, act like donkeys a little bit.
Yeah, but a couple of the guys got to go to the game, and it looked cool. But yeah, we got to talk about you, man. So um, you're back, like we talked about last week. You're back, and you're more than just back. Like you're back and better than ever. So I want to go in depth here. Like let's talk about the first. So you played 3 games so far as we record this. It's Monday right now. Um, let's talk. So game one, how was it getting back, going to that game speed? Like you were against Hamilton, good team, and like just tell us about what was going on that game.
Yeah, honestly, like I expected to be like a little bit nervous. Like I was thinking going into the night, I'm like, damn, like I haven't played in a month and a half. Like I'm playing the like a top team in the country right now. Like I didn't know what to expect from my play and stuff. Like I knew like I worked hard in my time off. Like I did all the things I needed to, but you never know how rusty you can be day one and stuff like that. So it was more or less just the days leading up. I was thinking about if I'd be nervous or not. And then I kind of just like, I was like, you know what? Like, I'm not nervous at all. Like, I had no nerves whatsoever. I was just like, well, like, I trained for a month and a half to get myself in good shape to be able to play in these games. So there's nothing to be worried about. Just go out and do my thing. And, it was a good game. We fell a little bit of a collapse. We let in 2 goals on like 30 seconds or something. So that's a tough span, but we were right in there. I think that game could have gone either way. I think we played better than them in some parts of the game, and then obviously they outplayed us in some parts of the game. But no, it was nice, and for me too, just to be able to be back out there, and like I hadn't played with fans either, man. Like when my suspension,
Yeah.
it like 3 days later they were allowing fans back in the building, so I hadn't played with fans since like December 18th, so almost 3 months. So it was nice to just be able to like play in front of the crowd. But man, I'll tell you, I was huffing and puffing in the first period. Like my legs felt fine and everything. I'd come to the bench just like head down. And I was just like trying to catch my breath so much. And it was a battle. And I'm like, why bag seat it every day? Like, what is going on? But like nothing compares to game shape. Like you're stopping, you're starting, you're doing this, you're doing that, and like
Even
getting hit
taking
and
hits and
stuff.
stuff too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I forgot how much it like takes your energy to take a hit. And so I was like, hopefully like this doesn't last long. And then like sure enough, like got into the game, like I got a plus on a goal scored, like just gave me like a bit of an energy boost going into the second, felt amazing. And then kind of from there, just never really was winded again, and kind of had my energy levels up the whole time. And I think after just kind of getting back into the game, then my training and like kind of the bag skates and stuff like took over and paid dividends.
Yeah. So I had told you whenever you do things in games, for some reason, I get DMs and texts, and the Showbound things getting DMs and texts commenting on everything, and it's great and all, but it is a little weird. But so I'm getting pictures sent to me in DMs of your tape job, in that game, which I thought was fine. But can you explain, like you switched up your tape job, I guess, and why I'm getting DMs about it?
No, I'm not, man. I've been using that tape job since I've used that tape job since like right after Christmas. Nobody's noticed, I guess, because they just figuring it out now. But I've been using it for so long, and I actually like there was like an article in like the Barry paper about it before my suspension, and it's the video guy. Like our video guy, his name's Zach Olmstead, and me and him have a pretty good relationship, friendly, whatever, banter back and forth. And I was really struggling, like as you know, and hockey's a game that comes and goes. Like I'm the type of guy who likes to switch things up if things aren't going right, just like mess with things. So I'm in Owen Sound, and I'm like, well, it can't like I can't put the puck in the net with this tape job. So I looked at him. I said, do whatever you want with this. Like do whatever you want. Like if you don't want to tape it, you want to just put wax on the blade, like whatever you want, just go ahead and do it. And sure enough, I come out and I'm like, oh my God. So he gives me like 4 tape rolls just in the middle, just the Jamie Benn style. And I'm like, holy, like I can't be using this. So I get out there. Sure enough, I scored in the first period, and I've been using it ever since. So
Okay, so
and he's continued to tape it. So
Oh, there you go. So you got a guy
Yeah.
doing your work for you too.
Yeah, it's not bad too. It saves me like 5-10 minutes every game for my for more stretching.
So let's talk about your second game back against Niagara. You had 3 points, including a goal in that one. So how are you feeling like that night going in and a win for the team as well?
Yeah, I was excited going into that one. I was like, okay, game one's out of the way, whatever. We lost. We played a good game. We played against like such a good team that it was like, all right, like we can afford to lose this one in the standings. It's not like the end of the world. But then that Niagara game, we're like, okay, this one we have to make sure we're getting the 2 points. And I felt good, like going in well rested, like a month and a half off. So one game's not going to kill my energy or anything like that. So I was like, just trying to be positive. I'm like, let's go out, just skate as hard as you can, play good both ways on the puck. Like, just do the little things right, and like good things should happen. And yeah, go out there for a shift and get a fluky one. Never hurts. So it was nice to go. It goes off a skate and goes in. So that it was nice to see the puck go in the net for the first time in a long time.
Yeah. Was it 3 games in 3 nights, or did you have a day off in between?
Yeah, man, a 3-3 to open me up.
How's your body feeling now?
Oh, it was tired. Sunday I was real tired, man. Like, there's definitely no hiding that. A little banged up too. Took a few shots here and there. So, and your body's not used to taking the hits too. So like the rest of your body's aching too a little bit, but feel
Yeah.
good now.
So then the third game against Missy, it was Missy, right?
Yeah, Mississauga, we were back at home.
Yeah, and then you have that like Forsberg goal and 4 point night. So talk about like what's going on in that game confidence wise, like where you pull that move out too. Like where'd that come from? I've never seen that from you.
No, I've never done it. So I was like, oh, well, I was at home, or yeah, I'm at my billets, and my parents were at the game the night before, and I missed a breakaway and stuff, and then I was like, my dad's just chirping me, so I'm like, you know what, whatever. Um, I'm gonna do the one hand. Like, if I get it on the left hand side, I'm gonna do the one handed move when I come in. And he's like, okay, yeah, like you should try it, or you could just stop and use two hands. I'm like, no, like I'll do it. Like, if I can get one from the left hand side, I'm definitely gonna try it. So then in warm ups, we do like at the end of warm up, we do like a few breakaways. Like a few of the older guys, experienced players, like take some breakaway shots at the end. To warm up the goalie and warm ourselves up just in case we get one. And I did it in warm up and I scored on it. So all the boys in the room were like, oh, that was a sick move in warm up, whatever. I'm like, yeah, like thinking in my head, like, yeah, it's coming in if I get a chance here. So yeah, I got it on the left side and I said, like, as soon as I picked up the puck, as soon as I saw myself going in on the goalie, like kind of nobody around, I was like, this is definitely the opportunity to try it. Like, I'm brutal on breakaways. So what does it matter if it doesn't go in? Like, it's better than me just burying one in his chest. So I've had some struggles with the breakaways. That one was nice to go in.
Yeah, no, that was sick. And then yeah, you guys won that game too, right?
Yeah, we won 5-2, which was another
And
big.
they're a good team, man.
Yeah, we played well though. Like, from top to bottom, played well. Like, obviously we missed Clarkey too, and on Friday, Saturday, which he's a key piece, as everyone knows.
Mm-hmm.
Being such a high draft pick in the National League, and for him to be suspended, it was hurting us. But you know what? We persevered a bit, and to get those 2 wins is nice. Like, get us moving up the standings. We're still on a chase, so looking
Yeah.
to keep climbing here. We only got
Yeah.
17 left though.
Yeah, that's enough time to get yourself some home ice. And Mississauga too. Like the last week I saw Mississauga play against the Ice Dogs, and the Ice Dogs beat it 4-0. And I was like, and it's a bit of a mismatch there in the standings, and the Ice Dogs really took it to him. So I don't know, man. I don't know, but that's unreal.
That's what I honestly think with the OHL too. That's why it's such like a great league, because anyone can beat anyone on any given night. And it's not like, I don't know, like in other sports, you have like these set matchups and you're like, okay, like that team can't win. But especially in the OHL, it's like, okay, like no matter what happens tonight, like one of these teams could win, like no matter how big an underdog.
Yeah, no, it's definitely true. And I don't know, maybe a little extra motivation for you. We got a little agreement going on every time you get a goal. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, Rask was rewarding me every time I got a goal. So I mean, I was like, well, way too kind of him to do that first off, but get me going. So there's definitely a little added motivation on top of that to try to put the puck in the net.
It worked for Rochi, so I was like, maybe this one will get you going.
Hey, well, you might have to call Matthews when he comes back from his 2-gamer. That if you want him to win the scoring race so bad, start giving him bonuses too.
Yeah, I don't know if he wouldn't even bat an eye at that. But so who do you guys have this week?
Well, we have Missy again tomorrow. We play Missy in Mississauga tomorrow, and then Niagara on St. Patty's Day in Barrie wearing the green jerseys. And then we go Oshawa and then North Bay. So 4 games this week in like 6 days. So it's going to be busy again. But what else is new?
Yeah.
It's what it's come to this year. It's been so busy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, with the schedule being backed up like this, it's going to be a tough last couple weeks here before playoffs. Guys are going to be banged up going to playoffs too. Like it might get a little ugly, but so when we were playing, this one was funny. When we were playing U of T on the last Friday, so if we don't like stop for coffees on the way or whatever, then someone, myself, like a player, anyone staff will get like those like big travel kind of jugs from Tim's, like the big ones. So we'll get like 2 of those and throw them in the dressing room. So
right.
I picked up the two jugs. I don't know what you call them, jugs, I guess, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So I get the 2 jugs, and there's the Tim's right across the street from the ring, like directly across, like a 30-second walk. So I'm just carrying these things in. It's like 5 p.m., 2 hours before the game, and this guy, right as I walk out of the Tim's, this guy just starts following me, and I'm like looking over my shoulder or whatever, and he just screams. He's like, "Coffee party!" And I'm just like,
what?
I'm like, okay, like I just didn't acknowledge it. I'm just walking, and he's like following me. He's like, woo woo, and so the front door was locked this early, like it's 2 hours before the game, I guess. So I go around to the back where our bus is, where our like access to the dressing room door kind of is, and I'm thinking I'll lose this guy once I get around the corner. So I go around to go to the back side of the ring, and he's following me. He's like, "What are you doing with all that coffee?" Like all that. He's just like screaming, like yelling, not even talking. And he followed me all the way to the back door, and I ended up just getting in, like shutting the door.
Who is some random dude? Did he want some coffee, or was he just being weird?
He didn't ask for coffee. He just kept screaming like, "Coffee party!" Like, "Coffee! What are you doing with all that coffee?" Like, that's so much coffee. Like, but he never asked.
Tell him to go play the Tim's Picks app if he wants to get free coffee.
Oh, and I didn't scan my. Oh yeah, here comes another Tim's ad. So we know it's roll up the rim, but I didn't scan my thing, so I didn't get any roll ups for that, which I was pissed about.
Dude, I've been forgetting to do that too. Actually, like all the time, I'm like, oh crap, like I forgot to scan my points or at least get the roll up the rim. I could have probably had a car by now, but
yeah, you buzz Tim's too.
Yeah, I go to Tim's all the time. Like I'm Tim's like every game day normally, so that's brutal. But
yeah, but that was pretty funny in Toronto there. And
dude, that's why I can't believe you were just getting lit up by some guy. Coffee party, bud.
It was so funny. And yeah,
I think it might be a good time that we preface the fact that we don't have a guest on this week.
Yes.
Austin Matthews didn't want to come on because of his suspension right now, so we had to push his episode back. So.
And Clarky couldn't get Gretzky for us last night.
Yeah, no, Gretzky said he was busy at the winery. So
yeah, but yeah, we just figured it'd be a good kind of time. We haven't done one of these in a month or so, just to catch up, and you guys can hear what's going on with the Colts and in life. And we got some other stuff. We'll get into some headlines in a bit. We got fan questions and some more stuff coming up, but little more hockey talk. We got on my end. We have we play Laurier on Wednesday, first round of the playoffs. So
you guys should win that.
We should. We should. I'll say we should. On paper, we're the better team, but again, 1 game elimination. Anyone can win any 1 game. So, but I'm confident. I am confident in our group for this one. I'll say.
Who does Laurier have that I would know?
Christian Prop. He's actually doing really well for them.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah. I think he has the least goals against in the league, maybe.
Nice.
Sam Rhodes, who played on Barrie the same year as you there, but not at the same time, I guess.
Anybody else? Do they have an OHL guy? I think like Laurier's typically had quite a few guys from the OJ too, I think, on their team.
They're all Trenton, all of them.
Really, eh?
Their whole team's Trenton guys. It's crazy. They have a lot of those guys. You probably would have played with half their team, to be honest, if you look at the roster.
I gotta check it out then.
But they play on the international ice, and we're going there. So we've only
Why is
played
it
on
there?
what?
Why is it there?
Because so we got more points than them, or how
They
did
have
it work?
better win.
It goes
They
it
have
goes by
better win.
points percentage. Oh yeah, it's because in the
So you
division. So the way they did it with COVID this year, we have like our mini division of 5 teams and their mini division of 5 teams, but normally all 10 of us are in the same division.
right.
And so the playoff structure, it didn't just reseed like 1 to 8. It did the top team in our division and the top team in their division get the 1-2 seed, even though
Yeah.
like we had more points than like their second seed. But so
Yeah.
we weren't allowed to get it. And then, the second seed in ours and the second seed in theirs get the 3-4. So it went like that.
Okay. Makes sense.
So yeah, they did it that way. So yeah, we're on the road. We're playing it on the wide ice. So a bit of like they're comfortable with it. I have a little friendly bet going with Sam Rhodes that the loser of the game has to post an Instagram story of the other person saying that they're better.
You should get like him in a Brock jersey too if you guys win.
Oh, I'll throw it on. He would never, and I would never wear a Laurier jersey either.
That would be
Actually, I'll say this though: the Laurier jerseys are really nice. I don't know if you've ever seen one. I'll pull up a picture. But they have like the purple and gold.
Yeah, that's where my girlfriend goes to school. They have nasty colors.
Yeah, they are.
Wait,
sick.
what day is it on?
Wednesday.
Oh, I was gonna say if you got them on Friday, it's over, because Laurier is like the biggest party school in Canada for St. Patty's Day.
Oh yeah, they would have been buckled. Yeah, look at these jerseys though.
Yeah, those are pretty sick. I feel like they could get not like I feel like if they did like not black like gear, it would be
I know. I don't know why they did that. It'd be sick if they got like purple.
Purple or yellow
Or
gear.
yellow, yeah, like the yellow would be sick. But they do have the nice jerseys, so I'll give them that. But yeah, so we're going there. It should be fun. Did a lot of pre-scout and stuff today, and the boys are ready to go. But yeah, prop is a good one for them, and he's their starting goalie, so we'll see. Yeah, so that's all I guess on the Brock side for now. We'll kind of keep you updated on that. We can get into a couple headlines and stuff to talk about here. We got Mark Stahl 1,000th game. So Detroit Red Wings player, formerly New York Rangers, most well known for being on the Rangers. But three of the Stahl brothers, Eric and Jordan, and now Mark, the first trio of brothers to all play 1,000 games, which is crazy when you think about that. It's actually like completely shocking that they must have the most gifted genetics ever.
No, it's absolutely incredible. Like I can't, and I think they have a fourth brother who's played games.
Yeah, they do. Jarrett, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure his name, but
I hope I don't butcher this now. Let me confirm, but keep talking.
Yeah, I think you definitely said that confidently enough to know what his name is. So, but yeah, that's crazy. The first thing that comes to my mind is kind of like Frascas, like a guy on my team.
Yeah.
Like he has a family of 5. Like, so his one brother just signed in the NHL. He's playing on my team, assistant captain. And then they have an 06 brother who's about to be a first rounder in the OHL. And then 2 younger brothers who will probably play in the OHL as well. So that's pretty crazy to have 5, but to do it at the NHL level is absolutely incredible. And then to have 3 of them with over 1,000 games, it just speaks volumes of like kind of their upbringing. And then, like you said, genetics.
Yeah. So Jared, I said Jarrett because I was thinking of Jarrett Stoll, but Jared Stahl is the other one who did play, I think, two games in the NHL, it says here. Long time career in the minors, and now he's the associate coach of the Orlando Solar Bears in the Coast. So he's involved in the game, but just even just to get games in the NHL, obviously crazy, and that family, like they're quite the hockey family. But we can keep going. I was gonna discuss the Leafs Buffalo outdoor game, but we already kind of talked about that. Yeah.
Well, now today you got the Oshawa versus Hammer there too. So
yeah,
a few former guests of the pod will be playing in that game. If well, I guess I was gonna give it a quick plug, but it'll be 2 days afterwards. So we'll already know the outcome of that. But I'm pretty excited. I think they have like 8,000 tickets either sold or like given away like at this point. So I'm excited to see the crowd tonight, and it'll be cool for those guys. Like I wish we got to play in an outdoor game, but
yeah.
And I don't know if you saw. Did you see Oshawa's varsity jackets that they
They're
got?
so nice, man.
Nasty, man. So like that look is so cool, and then obviously for Hamilton to be able to use the Tide Cats room too, it'll be like an unbelievable experience for all those guys playing in that game. So
It is really cool.
I really wish they could give more teams that opportunity, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I was gonna go to the game. My dad and my brother are going. It came down to one. Like I didn't know if I went, I wouldn't have had time to do this, right? And you guys play tomorrow, and I got a lot of stuff to do, even just school wise. So I was like, I just can't do it. I'm like stressing myself out, thinking all the possibilities. If I go to the game, when am I gonna be able to do this and that? And so it's just whatever. Like I don't really care that much, because the thing is, like, going to the game would be cool and all, but you can't actually like watch the game. It's not the best for viewing a game sitting outdoors and stuff. It's only good if you go to, like, you go there, get drunk with like my brother and my dad and stuff like that. That's a fun time to do it. But we were gonna be in the media room where you can't really like be doing that, so it wouldn't be as fun anyway.
Yeah. So you gotta be. Yeah. I mean, just get your schoolwork done. And it was cold yesterday. At least it's nicer out today. Like
yeah, the ice is gonna be bad though, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Hopefully they can still get the ice
here.
stuff. So
Yeah.
well, obviously we'll know more on the ice by the time this episode airs. But yeah, watch out for that too. That'll definitely be a factor in the game too. Boys will be on a breakaway, and all of a sudden the puck gets into a puddle. All right, see you later.
Yeah, that's the worst. So going back to Buffalo, we got Jack Eichel's return to Buffalo, and the Sabres won. Did you catch any of that game?
I didn't catch the game. I caught the interview though.
Yeah, he had some. He was mad. You could tell, and obviously that's a personal game for him, and you got to imagine there was some big money on the board for that one too. But yeah, what do you think of his comments?
Well, I don't think the comments would have been made like that if Vegas had came in there and won the game. Obviously you're gonna say things when you lose that maybe you don't want to say or you don't mean, but it kind of seemed like he was pretty set on what he said, and like obviously he has his opinions and everyone does, but I don't think he needed to kind of say that in the media, just because like there's so many people there probably supporting him too. But yeah, I don't know, it's an awkward situation. Some people believe this and some people believe that, so you got to just go with your side and ride it out. But yeah, that's pretty crazy, bizarre comments from him.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's more than just hockey to him and the ownership there. Like, it's personal. It really is. Like, everyone knows they had some personal off ice disagreements and stuff. And I guess so he was getting booed when he was touching the puck. And I guess what made it a little worse for him was that Peyton Krebs and Alex Tuck both scored in the game, the guys who he was traded for. So it was kind of like salt in the wound that they both scored.
Did they both scored?
Yeah.
And Krebs got another one last night too. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't know they both scored. Yeah, that's definitely like, that's the worst, man.
Yeah.
Imagine it's always brutal because it's like I have something to prove to these guys, like to kind of say like, oh, I was the better person in the trade. And then for both of them, who they were kind of like, obviously a package deal, two younger guys. So yeah, that definitely didn't help his anger going into that press.
So he was stinging there. I have down here NHL new Stanley Cup playoffs logo. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm a fan or not.
I'm not a fan. I'll let you speak on it first though.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have too much to say. Like I'm not into the design or media world. I know you do that better than I do, so I'll let you speak on this topic.
I think it looks bad. I actually really like the old logo.
Just bad, he says.
It looks like a child made it. I don't know how else to say, like, I guess they said they wanted to simplify and stuff like that, but I think it looks really childish. I don't like the font. I don't like the way the number of the year looks. I really liked how they had it before. It looked sick, and I can't imagine like that patch on a jersey in the Stanley Cup. Like it's just gonna look weird. I don't know.
Yeah, I like the old logo with the silver, like the cup and stuff like that. But you know what? They made their decision. Actually, you know, you might have just lost all your chances of ever getting a job with the NHL if they heard that you just ripped into their logo. So yeah, I have no association with those comments, the Rask.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't really know. I haven't looked at it in depth, but a logo is a logo at the end of the day.
Yeah, I guess so. Now a big one. Tom Brady back from retirement, returning to
Oh,
Tampa. What do you think on this one?
well, I think did we ever say that he was going to come back? Like I felt like
One
I've
of us, I
definitely
think you said it. I don't know if you said it on
yeah,
the podcast though or not.
yeah, I don't know if I did. Our fans will know better than us about that, but yeah, I knew he was going to come back. Like I wasn't sure if it would be like halfway through the season or a few games in, but like like even for me with my suspension, I was like I got suspended the day he retired. So it was like a month and a half, like 40 days or something. And then all of a sudden he's like, because he's probably sitting at home, man. He's probably like, what am I doing? Like I have no purpose anymore. Like obviously the time with your kids and stuff is amazing, but at the end of the day, like that's his love, that's his passion. And for him not to have that or not to have like he'll be training or doing a workout, but he has real no like end goal to it. So
Yeah, you lose your
I feel like
motivation.
would have driven that. Like, what are your thoughts?
Well, my first kind of question is, do you think he ever actually had an intention? Like, do you think when he said he was retiring, do you think he actually thought he was retiring when he did all that? Or do you think in his head he was like, I'm probably going to come back?
Why do it though? Like, why not just wait and then see like for sure?
Well,
I feel like
that was my why announce he was retiring during the season was still going. Like it was before the Super Bowl. Like, why not wait longer if he wasn't sure that? So I guess like maybe he was sure then. I don't know. It just seems like it was a rush decision. I don't know if it was like a publicity thing, not that he needs it and he's not that type of guy. It just seems weird that he came back this quickly.
yeah, it was. It's definitely weird, but yeah, I feel like it's definitely just a purpose thing. Like, I don't know. I always feel like that too. Like at the start of the each summer, you're like, you start your workout for the first week, and you're like, I don't have anything to like work for like for a bit. So that's why like most guys like take like a 1 or 2 week reset and then kind of get back after it. I think he needed that just to kind of find himself again and like he's like the most determined guy in the world. Like you kind of see how he dials in during games and like every athlete can learn a lot from like what he's done in his career and stuff. So for a guy like him, he definitely knows that he's still at the top of his game and he knows he can. I think he's going to win it all next year. Like, and I think that's another thing. I think he wants to go out on a win.
Yeah, it would be really cool, like storybook kind of Cinderella ending if he gets a Super Bowl and walks off another one. I saw one tweet that it was like Brady retired and Giselle probably had him doing groceries on Sunday and stuff. And he said, you know what, I'm going back to football, do something better with my Sundays. Now another tweet I saw, this one's outrageous. So I guess when he retired, the NFL or someone auctioned off his last touchdown ball and someone paid $500,000 for it. And in a way, it's an investment. Like you want to keep it, but you could also sell that one day. Like that's a huge ball. And now it's the value of that is gone. Maybe a couple $1,000 still, but like, that's $500,000 that guy just wasted on that.
Oh my god, dude!
He got screwed, man.
I didn't even think of that. That poor guy, man. In the NFL sold it.
I don't know if it was the NFL or like it had to have been, it was official. So it either came from the NFL or Brady or like someone in that. I don't know exactly, but it's the
I feel
official
like
one.
whoever did that should definitely take some like take it back. Like like do a swap. Like I would definitely like. I feel so bad, man.
That's
Imagine
crazy.
here you can have this ball. You can buy a house. You decide.
Yeah.
Here's a ball worth like $1,000 now, and you get out of house.
Yeah, so that one was crazy. But yeah, I don't know. It'll be exciting. It'll be exciting watching him again, and it would be typical Tom Brady kind of fashion if he does win a Super Bowl this year. But we're on the Joe Burrow and Josh Allen wagon now. I'm full in on Josh Allen for life now. So we'll see. And Burrow, I actually love Burrow.
Yeah, that's so much jam.
But anyway, one more here. I got Owen Tippett. He got sent down to the minors. Did you know that?
Well, I haven't seen him in the roster lately, so I've been curious if he was hurt or what was going on.
So he was down in Charlotte in the AHL. He played the last 4 games there. He has 8 points, 4 goals, 4 assists in 4 games there.
Yeah, and obviously we're not surprised in the slightest.
Yeah, he's AHL Player of the Week. Like, he's too good for that league, no doubt.
Well, yes, incredible. Like, he was AHL All-Star and stuff like that in his first year as a rookie, and then had 2 years in the NHL. So to drop down, it's going to be too easy for him. I feel like he could get moved here.
You think? Yeah, maybe, man. Especially because they're going to be going for it, Florida, and he's a guy who has a lot of upside value, and they could get.
He's going to be a sniper in NHL one day, I think. Like, there's no reason it wouldn't be.
Where do you think Tippett could go?
Leaves.
That'd be nasty. Yeah.
There you go. You could get a Tipper jersey. I have no idea, man. I haven't looked into any of that stuff. But I have.
What about you could end up in Arizona for Chychrun, man.
Imagine.
And then he's living on ASU campus next year.
Playing in front of 5,000.
Yeah. I mean, that could be a thing, man. And if they did get Chychrun, which I don't know, this is all obviously speculation, but the decoy that Florida would have already, like, it would be so nasty. And Chychrun likes the South. So that was one question, a fan question. We can get into the fan questions. One of the things here was people wanted you to explain your American citizenship and how, like, where you were born, like where you grew up, like all that, and why you chose like Hockey Canada, all that.
Yeah, well, I didn't really choose Hockey Canada. I never even played a Hockey Canada event, nor have I played a USA event. So it'd be like a superb honor to be able to like represent either country at some point over my career, which would be incredible. Something I haven't even really thought of before. But no, so my dad's born in St. Paul, Minnesota. So that's where I get my citizenship. And then a few years when I was young, like real young, I lived there. A bunch of family and stuff still down there. So we visited over the years and stuff. But yeah, no, grew up in Canada for the most part. And yeah, I'm Canadian and American, just a dual citizenship through my father.
Okay.
Because he was actually born there when my grandpa was playing hockey there in Minnesota. So that's how it kind of came to be. But his mom was like, my grandma's American too, like from Kansas. So like either way, he would have had the citizenship.
Okay. Now more fan questions. We'll get right into it. So what got us into podcasting? Do you want to go first? What got you into podcasting?
One word answer: Rask.
Yeah. You care to elaborate?
No, that's what I mean. Like it was all your thoughts. So like that's what I mean. Like,
it was definitely so. Yeah, it was, and we've told the story a few times. So it was my idea, but what like made you want to try it? Like, you could have said no, So how did that go for you? The thought process on it. It seemed like a no-brainer for you. You were down right away.
Yeah, like I was like, well, I just thought about like the logistics of it all. I'm like, well, like I got a good like friend group or like network of people that I know that like we could use as guests. Like I don't mind talking. I love talking about hockey, watching hockey, like everything hockey, like just hearing stories. And I love telling stories too. So just to like have all that align. And I'm like, okay, well, this is a great platform to do that and kind of share all my buddies' careers and stuff, which has been incredible for all of them. So I think all the stars aligned there, and it's kind of like, hey, we can kind of help people too, like listeners, advice and stuff like that. And now like we're starting the foundation and trying to get that moving. Like that was never even in my mind, but like now to be able to think about the fact that we can do all of that with just recording one episode per week, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah. No, it is crazy. I remember actually, I might have talked about this on the podcast, but when we were doing the Showbound showdown in the summer there, and it was right before we were getting going. We were warming up at the range, and we were driving in the car, and you were like, "Could you imagine when we started this that this is where we'd be at right now?" We were like the cameras on us and like driving around golfing with these guys like for video. It was pretty crazy. Like never would have thought
Yeah.
of it at all.
Yeah, it was wild, man. So where did like give the fans some reference here? Like you texted me, but why? Like what came to your mind that you wanted to do it?
So I had done a podcast before when I was in Barrie. I had a Barrie Colts podcast where I would just get the players on and interview them. So I had like I knew how to do it, like how to record, edit, and upload one. Um, and then I really liked it. Like I missed that actually. It was fun. So that was the first kind of thing. I really enjoyed it, and it was COVID. I had nothing going on. It was like the full lockdown, everything. Um, and then I was just I want to do this again. Like I don't need to be working for Barrie to have a podcast. So I was like, let's give this a shot. I knew I liked it. That's basically what it was. I knew I liked it, and it was supposed to be, and it is like for fun. That was kind of what I wanted. But now, like you said, we have an opportunity to make a difference, like as we grow this platform, and we are working on the Showbound Foundation a lot behind the scenes, and we have a lot planned. And um, I think it's a good start. And the goal for that too is very long term with the Showbound Foundation. It's something we are thinking years ahead, especially as both of our careers kind of progress and our platform grows and we have more of an opportunity. It is like, we're going to start small and grow and grow. And hopefully it can be a real life-changing thing for years to come. And even if eventually, if the podcast does, come to an end, the foundation could live on. So it's something that, there's a long future for, but the podcast isn't going anywhere. What else we got? Who's winning March Madness?
Oh, that's awesome. That fires me up. And I want to get into this whole topic now. So I was going to propose that like everyone who's listening to this and like follows us on socials, goes and comments on one of our few Instas. Like we can post an Insta, like asking who's going to win. I think let's do that. And okay. I want to get like everyone's thoughts on like who's going to win March Madness and kind of get a feel for that. But I have Gonzaga winning. I think they're a sick team. They were right there last year, something to prove this year. I'm cheering 100% for Kansas. That's my team. You know that. Everyone knows that. From day one, I've always been cheering for them. They're a number one seed. They're getting a lot of hate though, but I don't know. I just don't think they have it, but I would really love to be wrong in that sense. But let's hear it. I know we just talked about it because I was like, do you want to like come do a bracket? And you're like, no, I don't know anything this year. So like who are you going with?
I don't
you even know.
I have a pick. I just did a little bit of like research. I don't know college basketball. I don't follow it, but I do know it's rarely the best team going in that wins. So I'm not picking a number one seed.
Okay.
I have Duke as my winning team, and then I have a sleeper pick in Alabama.
All right. I don't mind it. I think the Duke one for sure, like they've had a rough go lately. Like they didn't even win the ACC tournament. And then they also lost the game when Coach K was doing his like last game at Duke or whatever like that. There's something to prove there. And he wants to go out with a bang. So I like that pick. So
yeah, and watch Alabama. Watch Alabama. Okay. And I wanted to say Gonzaga too, but that's such an easy pick. So I didn't want to just hop on them, but they could also win. So yeah.
Can I give a dark horse then too?
Yeah.
I like either Texas Tech or Arkansas as my sleepers. Okay. I think they're 3 and 4 seeds, but still like real good teams that are bound to win in March. And that's what like, and that's actually something that Marty said today to us. That was like, that makes a lot of sense. Like for all these guys, like they play all these games and it really doesn't matter. Like if a great team is a 6 seed and they were building up towards March and that's when they peak, that's all you need. And like he was just saying today, like we're building towards the big dance, which is the playoffs, and wherever we come, we got to knock these teams off regardless. So it's a good way to look at things. You got to use it as learning while still progressing. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that it makes complete sense, and that's exactly what we're going through now with Brock. Like now is when you get hot in this COVID playoffs that we have for some reason. You get hot for 4 games and you're champion. So
Yeah, exactly.
it could happen. And so we got a couple more fan questions here. I don't know if you've seen this on TikTok. I'm starting to get it now, but this wheels versus doors debate. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I don't even want to get into it, man. You can speak your piece on it, but
No,
I do not.
you have to give an opinion. I could go first, I guess. I haven't really thought about it actually, but oh God. Well, okay, can you go first? 'Cause I need to think.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Doors? I don't
I'd
know.
say I'm going doors now because I'm think about every car. Like most cars have 4 wheels, 4 doors. So it's even. But then I'm just thinking about my apartment building. There's like, and how many apartment? There's like 500 doors here alone and 0 wheels. And how many
Yeah,
apartment buildings and office buildings are there in the world?
well, if we're counting like cabinets and stuff, like I can open about 12 cabinets, like no more than that, like 20 cabinets right beside me.
Yeah,
So
I
I
don't
don't know.
know if that I don't know that I don't know if that counts, but it's a little gray area. But like how many buildings? Like think about in Toronto, like buildings, thousands of doors and 0 wheels. Like I think in everywhere around the world, I'm going doors.
Okay, but think about this too. Think about Hot Wheels,
There are a lot.
and there's no doors on those things.
Yeah, there's a lot of toy cars in
So
the
like
world.
it's like so weird. Like I don't even know. This is why I don't want to get into it. We'd be here all day just thinking about it, but I
Oh,
don't know.
what a crazy point by you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm
And people leave your comments on the Insta if you really want to get into it. Go explain in the DMs why your pick is the right one. So
yeah,
let's
I'd like some
let's
definitive proof.
yeah. Hmm.
Um, and people are asking if we're gonna do a Showbound showdown in 2022.
Yeah, I don't see why not. We'll get something going. We got to yeah, I think first time good test run and stuff like that, and then now now that we've done it before, we know we've learned from it, and we can definitely perform it like better this time around, you know.
Yeah, I think the lesson, although I did put the video together pretty good, I'll say that despite the wind conditions and we didn't have the best
No,
mic, I
yeah,
think
you did. You worked your ass off on that, and like that's what a lot of people don't know. Rask put in so much effort on that video, and like if he didn't know as much as he does about that stuff and like didn't put the effort in, it would have been brutal. And he manufactured a good video, and we kind of got screwed with the weather and stuff too,
yeah,
getting off the course. So I want to be able to do it on a perfect day. All the stars are going to align, and then it'll be like a perfect video.
yeah, and yeah. So thank you first of all, but I was gonna say I think the lesson too was that we spend the money or get a sponsor to spend the money on getting like a professional team like to film and edit. Like I don't we leave it to a real like someone who does it for a living and they can probably do a better job. Um,
Hmm.
and we'll just we'll have to find the right kind of sponsor. It's not like that expensive, I don't think, but that's kind of I think that's my lesson. Like that's the way to do it. Do it right. Spend whatever the money. We'll get it right.
Yeah. Actually, what I wanted to talk about a little bit too, I know we're kind of like closing in on the end here. Like we've been talking for a long time, it seems like now. And
Yeah.
um I've just been watching the golf in the background the whole time. The Players Championship is on and it's coming down to the wire. I don't know. I'm not going to say who's winning or whatever right now because it's kind of stupid. Everyone's going to know by Wednesday. But I just want to talk about the weather. Did you see anything on that? Like, do you know what's been going on?
Wasn't it really windy? That's what I heard someone talking
Really,
about that.
really windy and really rainy. So like obviously it's a Monday afternoon right now, like Monday night, and we're just finishing the golf tournament. So crazy weather in the PGA Tour this week. A lot of guys got screwed over by the weather because some guys didn't even play on the days when it was like so bad, but other guys played like 15 holes and guys were making like just hitting balls all over the place. Just like it was literally a joke how hard it was. So that's the crazy thing about golf. You never know which end of the straw you're gonna get.
Yeah, that's it's true, man. That it's tough luck for some people, I guess. Not much they can do about it. Like nothing they can do about it.
No.
Yeah. We can a couple things left before we're done, but I got a this or that for you.
Okay.
So
Actually,
I have like
I have a few this or that's for you too.
okay. I have a lot here, so we'll rip through. I think there's like 15 maybe.
Okay. I'll rip them out here.
All right. Spotify or Apple Music?
Spotify.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Lose 2 hours of sleep or miss a meal?
Oh, lose 2 hours.
Okay. Pay with cash or credit?
Cash.
Snapchat or Instagram?
Insta.
Pizza or wings?
Wings.
Pen or pencil?
Pen.
Chest day or leg day?
Chest. Come
Okay.
on.
I thought I was gonna call you out if you said leg. There's no way. Planning something or winging it?
I like to wing it, but if it's something serious, I like to plan it.
Yeah. Go to a concert or go to a sports game?
Depends on the event.
Yeah, that's true. Looks or personality?
Personality.
Football or basketball?
Ooh. If you're doing NFL, then I'm going like if you're doing NFL NBA, I'm doing NFL, but if you do college, I'm saying basketball.
Okay. And last one, fruit or vegetables?
Fruit, 100%.
Okay, there you go.
All right, and I got a few for you, just quick ones. Like I've just been thinking them up off the top of my head. There we go. That's my one per week. Summer or winter?
Summer.
Yeah, you love
Yeah.
the warmth. Okay. Go in or stay out? Or no.
Stay in or go out.
That's two.
Yeah, generally go out, but definitely like there's some nights I want to stay in. But
Okay.
I'd say like typically go out.
Okay. Watch hockey or play hockey?
I like to watch it when it's my own team more than playing, but I'd rather like play than go watch another game that I don't care about.
Fair. Okay. Next one, beer or wine?
Oh, this is an interesting one because so I was just talking about this actually. It won't be a short answer like the game wants, but so in the summers I'm still a beer guy in the summers, but living in Niagara, like I've been getting really into the wines because all the wineries are here, and I'm really trying to make an effort to get to know wines. And our assistant coach here, Jerome Dupont, former NHL player, like he's the biggest wine guy I know, and he's always telling me all these wines to try, and he's letting me try them. And you go for dinner, like you want a glass of wine with your meal. You don't want to order a beer with your like filet mignon. So I'd say right now wine, but in the summer, like with the boys, like outside and stuff, like I'm having beers. I'm not pulling out my wine bottle on the dock,
Yeah, you're not pulling out a $300 beautiful red that's been sitting there for 10 years.
Yeah.
But okay. Candy or chocolate?
Chocolate, 1,000,000%.
Okay, breakfast or dinner?
Breakfast. I'm the biggest breakfast guy ever.
Really?
I love always big breakfast every day. I can have breakfast anytime if I wanted. Like I love breakfast.
Okay, make your own meal or get served a meal?
Oh, okay. I like to cook, so I'd say make my own meal, but every now and then I want to get like served a meal, but not every time.
Okay.
What about you for that one? Make your own meal or get served a meal?
Oh, I love getting served a nice meal, but it's satisfying too, and it's like okay, like I did a great job, but it just doesn't taste the same.
Yeah, no, it is satisfying when you make like a good healthy meal, like because especially now, like I live on my own, so I cook really well for myself, and it's fun. Like it gives me something to do, and it's fun, and I'm eating well, so it's all like I'd say that. But every now and then, nice to get served.
All right, and last one, tennis or no, not tennis, squash or golf?
Oh, okay. I'd say golf, just because you could go out with like more of your friends and like, you have a day out on the course, squash only one of those
Just a
persons.
quick reminder to this or that. So
Okay.
Thanks for your explanation.
Golf. We go golf. But squash is fun, man.
No, I know, and that's why it's a this or that, Rask.
Yeah.
We all would love to hear about your squash, but
tennis or golf. Tennis or golf's a hard one for me, man, because I love tennis. I think I might say tennis.
Yeah, I know you love tennis, and I know you like squash too, so that's why I was wondering.
Yeah. Big summer, big outdoor sports guy / squash when you're just trapped in a box of cement. But
you're a super athletic guy, just for the people. Multi-sport athlete, does it all.
Yeah. I was quite the lacrosse player, by the way, but we don't need to get into that. Okay, I just have one more thing I want to mention, and then I can kind of flip it to you. But I wanted to mention The Bachelor. Now we're heading into tonight, and tomorrow, I guess, is the finale of the season. It's been an incredible season, by the way. But Susie, who I said from the first episode was my early pick to win, she got to Fantasy Suites and broke up with him.
No.
She was like, you slept with these two other girls. Like, I can't do it. Like, if you loved me, like you say, you wouldn't have done it. And like, they got in a fight. They actually got in like a big argument. And he's getting kind of a lot of hate online because he was like raising his voice at her and stuff. But anyway, so my early pick to win, like she would have won, but she ended it with him. So, but what a play by Susie. And now it's a mess because all the girls know that they all slept with each other or whatever it is. So we'll find out what happens. But quite an ending coming up. So it's been a good season for whoever's been watching it. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, maybe I'll hop on the bandwagon then.
Yeah, I'm back in on the Bachelor train because I was mad how bad the last couple seasons had been, and this one was great. So I think it was just because they were able to travel around again because of the COVID restriction. They weren't like stuck in the house for the whole season and stuff. So it's been a good one. So I'm back on the Bachelorette wagon. But
on that topic, no more masks next time we do our the next podcast. So
yeah,
things are looking up in Ontario. It's exciting. I'm excited.
Just to
be able to just like breathe the fresh air, like just like I don't know, see people again or like see them talk.
It's gonna feel weird. I'm excited. One thing which probably won't go back to normal for a while. I don't know if it will. Like shaking hands with someone, like whenever you meet a new person or whatever. Like I was always big, like you want to shake their hand when you meet someone new, and it's always awkward now, especially right now. It's the most awkward because some people are fine with it and some aren't. So like you'll go in for the handshake and you might get the fist bump or like even an elbow or whatever. I'm just like, okay, like, but when do we go back to handshakes?
The worst is one of these and they go, yeah, elbow.
Yeah, that's happened to me, man.
That's brutal.
So I don't, but I like there's almost a sign of like respect when you shake someone's hand and you meet someone right like that, and it's just weird when you don't. So I don't know when that'll be like fully back to normal, but
bring back the handshake.
Yeah, let's bring it back. One thing, and I might be exposing myself here, but like pre-COVID, I used to just go out, like do whatever you wanted, and then you just come back home. I wasn't like washing my hands after coming home and stuff. Like,
bro, I had this talk the other day with my billets. It's like I didn't like care. Like, yeah, I wouldn't wash my hands necessarily, like depending where I was, obviously, but there was some places I'd be like, yeah, no, like I don't need to wash my hands. Like
it wasn't even a thought. Like most of the time, you just come home and whatever, but it'll never be like that. Not for a long time, I don't think.
No, yeah, exactly. Like for me, man, like if I go to like I don't know, say a bowling alley or something, if I come home after that, like I won't like lay in my clothes in my bed. Like I would never after.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Do you do that? Like, would you do you change clothes rather than like, would you hop right? Okay, picture this. You go to the bowling alley, you sit in like their chairs and stuff, you rub up against stuff, like you touch things. Would you in that attire just go into bed?
No, I wouldn't.
No, yeah, and that's the same for.
And
And
yeah,
before,
you
before I
for
wouldn't
sure,
have
you just
thought
jump
that. I
into
would.
bed. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't care.
Even
And
like today I was getting gas. We don't need to get into this again, but you know, now like for the last 2 years it's been get gas like immediately. I'm Purelling like before I touch anything. It used to be like you just get gas, like go rub your eye after, like you know what I mean? It's so different, man, and it won't go back to the same for who knows if it ever will. But anyway, you know, this was a good one. I don't know if you have anything left to say, but you know, good to sit down and chat for a while. I hope the listeners enjoyed it. Give us a little feedback too. Like, let's get some feedback going. But
yeah.
yeah, you wanna take it away here?
Well, yeah, there was no script. There was nothing to this podcast. We kind of just went with whatever we were feeling, and yeah, it was a ton of fun. Like I like just getting on here, catching up, shooting the shit a little bit, you know. And yeah, I hope you guys liked it as much as we did. So yeah, let us know. And yeah, it's the weather's looking better. The masks are coming off. It's summertime, so everyone get your beach bodies ready. Summer's just around the corner. So with that being said, we'll send it to next week now. But everyone enjoy St. Patty's Day and be safe.